I started making hearts a couple of years ago because sometimes you can be talking to someone and they might seem a little bit flat or whatever, and you can just pull a heart out of your pocket and honestly I feel better than they do, so it's a very much a heart project for us, I think. I've actually had depression quite a few times since I was a teenager, so because I've had sort of childhood abuse that had happened, so that was sort of where my first depression came from. When I was a teenager it was worse. I was quite suicidal and cutting and fairly self-destructive. I was drinking, binge drinking. I just didn't care, so I didn't think I was going to survive. When you have trauma as a young child, there's a lot of, your brain forms differently, so there's a lot of neural pathways that exist that shouldn't really exist. So I guess therapy is part of learning how to retrain your brain to have different pathways. I know that physical exercise is the big key for helping depression and anxiety, because it burns off a lot of energy and you get all the good sort of chemicals in your brain. And that made a huge difference to how I was feeling in myself, because I had something I could be proud of, and it didn't matter that all these other things had broken and were sort of not working, but I was walking every day. So, and that's kind of, I think, what pulled me through that year. Winter is always a hard time for anyone with depression, because you're not getting enough sunlight, you're not getting out and about, you tend to be a bit socially isolated. So I know for myself I have to make myself go outside in winter, otherwise I do hit a bit of a wall. So I was like, right, we're going to swim this year. so we decided we're going to get wetsuits and swim, and so now we've been swimming. And I've only ever got to May before, usually a couple of days in May, and then that's it. It's too cold and, it's rainy and whatever. But now we've got our wetsuits, it is helping, so we are getting in. I had little stickers on the mirror to say, I don't know, things like, it's beautiful to be you, and, so and I'm making fun of it because I used to make fun of it in the beginning, but I read somewhere that your brain can't discern between fact and fiction. So if you tell it something enough, it'll believe it, whether you believe it. So I used to just read these cards, and sometimes I'd be gritting my teeth and going, I am beautiful, whatever it was. But yeah, I guess it does sink in eventually. Finding happiness, well, that's an inside job. So I don't know if you find it or you just move away the things that are blocking it, because I think we've got the capacity for that all the time. Because I know, as soon as you go out into the bush or you're at the beach, or I don't know about you, but for me, that's kind of things that fill my cup. I just feel so happy. That's kind of my spiritual experience, I guess. So that capacity is there all the time, but usually what happens is you get bogged down. If you've got things that are causing distress, that you're not happy, then things have to change, because it's your only life, this is it.